Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. This time we are going to think loudly what exactly we mean by spiritual practice. Whether going to temple is a spiritual practice or serving the society is a spiritual practice, or we give somebody some charity donation, that is a spiritual practice, or doing the yoga is a spiritual practice. What exactly we mean? This we have to understand. Then we will be able to know where we are in our life. There are three aspects of our personality. One is the body aspect, second is the mind aspect, and third is the I aspect. I am body, the body is mine. I like this, I don't like this. I am happy, I am miserable. And the third, I was born in Navsari and then I came here with my father, but that time I was only 1 month old, and now I am here in Phoenix, and blah 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 blah. So, could you get three things? One is the body, we are living at the body level, or we are living at the mind level. Whatever we do, if I like, I will do. If I don't like, I will not do. Then we go little higher, whether we should live our life because it is right or wrong, or because we like or we don't like. Option. We come to the higher stage. Then the question comes, whose body? My body. Whose liking and disliking? My disliking, liking. Whose wisdom? My wisdom. Question is, who is this I? Therefore, Bhagavad Gita tells in the 15th chapter, see, iti guyyatamam shastram idamuktam maya nagha etad buddhva buddhiman syat kritakrityascha bharata. Iti guyyatamam shastram. So, when we say guyyatama, we have to understand a little bit of Sanskrit about this. Like in English, we have three stages of every verb or every object: good, better, and best. Three stages. Good is infinitive, better is comparative, and best is superlative. Three stages. See? He is a good boy, but that girl is better. And the best, I am the best. See? 1, 2, 3. In the same manner, the Guhya Shastra, the Guhya Tara Shastra, and the Guhya Tama Shastra. Three stages. It is called as Taratamya or comparisons. So, what is the Guhya Shastra? Guhya Shastra is our Dharma Shastra. Satyam vada, dharmam chara, swadhyaya anma pramadaha, आचार्याय प्रियं धनमावृत्य प्रजातन्तुं मा व्यवच्छेत्सीः सत्यान्न प्रमदितव्यं मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव. How should we conduct ourselves in this world? That is the Guhya Shastra. So when we are living in this world, our attention is, are we becoming a problem for the world? And are we taking the world as a problem? So the Guhya Shastra or Dharma Shastra tells us that what is the foundation of our interaction with the world? Is our foundation based on the rights or the duties? You will see, we are always talking about our rights. This is my right, this is my right. But what is your duty? When we talk about the rights without reference to duties, we become the politicians. See, you see, throughout the world, they only talk about the rights. So what? We have to learn from our experiences. Again, we take another reference of Bhagavad Gita. We are told, and this verse you all know, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbuhu ma te sangostva akarmani. So, in this what is said, that lead your life in fulfilling your duties. Don't talk about your rights. Now see what will happen. So life can be lived in two ways. One is duty oriented, second is the right oriented. Now first of all, I'll tell you what is the meaning of duty oriented and life oriented and wisdom oriented. So we are here together. So I am talking to you and I hope you are listening. I don't know whether you are listening or not. I can only hope you are listening. So we are interacting between us. Now the question is, if I talk about my right and if you talk about your right, what will be the situation? And if I fulfill my duty and you fulfill your duty, what will be the situation? See? So first we will take duty. I have come here, so it is my duty that whatever satsanga I am supposed to conduct, I should conduct it perfectly without any excuse. Then what will happen? Your rights on me will be fulfilled. You have come over here leaving so many important things that you are engaged, your family things, your house, everything. So you are not useless. So when you have come here to listen to, and if I come here and keep on telling, hey, I don't want to talk to these people, then I am doing wrong. So I do my duty of talking in the satsang properly, and you do your duty of listening the satsang properly. What will happen? I will be happy, you will be happy. Now take the other way around. I talk of my right, you talk about your right. So first of all, you talk about your right. We are here since 7 o'clock, but you have come late. Do you think we are useless? It is your duty, you should come on time. So you will be disturbed because you have no control over me. Even if I don't come, what can you do to me? Think. Now the other way around. If I exercise my right on you, what will be my right on you? You should listen. You should not sleep. You should come on time. You should not look here and there. But this will never happen. Net result, I will be frustrated. So when you talk about your rights, you will be frustrated. When I talk about my rights, I will be frustrated. Leading a frustrated life is not life. And therefore, the first step is Adi Bhautik or at the body level. When we are conducting ourselves in this world, we must follow certain norms. We all have freedom. Like, we have freedom to drive the car. But that freedom of driving car is not the way I want to drive. We have to follow certain rules and regulations. See? When we are coming, there was a little bit of traffic jam somewhere, and I was telling this Rajesh bhai, I said, look here, so many cars are standing, no honking. I was in Thailand, there also too much of traffic jam every time. Sometimes 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you are simply standing. But I was so surprisingly happy. For about 8 days I was there. In 8 days, not even once I have heard any honking. But if you go to Mera Pyara Bharat, if you go to India, there is nothing and yet you keep on honking there, See, friends. So we have a discipline and that discipline is for our good. So freedom without discipline becomes licentiousness. Therefore, we all have freedom to fulfill our duties, not asking for our rights. When we do this thing, see what will happen now. I am a father, so I have duty towards my children. I am a child, I have duty towards my parents. So, as a father, if I take care of my family children properly, their rights are taken care of. And if I am a child, it is my responsibility to look after my parents when they are old. Both of them are taken care of. But what happens? The parents think, oh, these children are useless, they are creating problem. Therefore, hell with you, I don't care for you. So, the rights of the children are erased because the father is talking about his duty or his rights. See, friends, now apply these relations and this principle. We all have to live in association with others. We cannot live alone. We have to recognize this. Like here we are all. If I come alone here, am I going to talk to the walls? So you are all required. Then to maintain this beautiful temple, the management committee is required. Somebody is required for the music thing, somebody is required for the mic, etc. Everybody is necessary. I'll tell you one example where I learned this principle. See, I told you, the real spiritual practice is we have to learn from every experience. This principle where I learned that we cannot live alone. We have to live in togetherness. There was one paper factory which was newly installed, and I was the one who inaugurated that factory. And it was a special paper factory. That paper was manufactured for your passports, then your checkbooks, government papers, all that security paper, that was the factory. So we inaugurated, it started working. Within 3-4 days, it stopped. So what happened? Nobody knew. So again they called the people in Germany, and then the expert came and he checked and he found one small screw from some place was missing, and then he immediately sent a message and the screw came. After that was fitted, it started working. Now the question is, for whatever reason, if the screw had fallen on the floor and the sweeper has cleaned everything, whichever is on the floor is a garbage. So throw everything. So that small little screw, when it was separated from the mother machine, it became a garbage. But when the same screw is attached to that machine, it is so valuable. My friends, we have to learn this. We are valuable because we are attached to Bhagavan. Our individual presence without the association of the things around us, without the association of the people around us, is useless. And therefore, we must live in a spirit of togetherness. See, and two persons, for example, husband and wife. Husband and, although I am not married, but I can tell you from the observation and what I have come across with so many husbands and wives. You know only one husband and one wife. I know millions of them. So, the husband and wife are together. You may not like it what I am telling you. Husband and wife are together in the old age, not because they love each other. That love dries within 4 or 5 years of married life. Then why they stay together? Because of understanding, because of compromise, because of sacrifice. See, friends, don't we respect and honor a person who has sacrificed something? Don't we respect and honor a person who has understanding, who can compromise, who can adapt? This is the only way to practice the Dharma Shastra. Now, when this is practiced properly, you know what will be the net result? Net result will be, we will not be fed up of our life. Many people are fed up of their life. And then such people, either they will get into the wrong mode and get into committing suicide or separate, and thereafter what? See, friends, we have to understand this, and with this understanding, live life. So the net result of this will be, our mind will be always at peace. Therefore, first principle we have to learn, we should live in this world in such a manner that our mind is not revolting. Our mind is at peace under all conditions. And you will see, we all get disturbed in relations, never because of something great. We get disturbed only because of small, stupid things. Like, I get disturbed, early morning I get up, and then I want a cup of tea. I am staying with Dr. Bhagwan's house, so they have kept, they knew I am a problematic one. So they have kept the kettle for hot water and the tea bags and everything, so I can take. If I don't get a cup of tea early in the morning, I get upset. Now see, such a stupid thing, but I get upset. Have I ever got upset because I could not become the President of America? We never get disturbed for something higher in life. We get disturbed on stupid things. See, friends, there used to be one great master who used to get very disturbed. You know for what? And you know the name, Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He used to get disturbed. Mother, today also you did not talk to me. And he used to roll on the floor because today also gone wasted. I could not see you. See, friends. So, useless people, third class people become miserable for third class things. First class people become miserable for first class things. Like Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. The one who never becomes miserable is the supreme most. This is all we ever have to learn. Nobody can teach us. Therefore, as long as we are living as a body, we require everything. And Therefore, we must have that understanding of understanding others. But our complaint is, Swamiji, I am studying Gita, I go to a temple, I chant Hanuman Chalisa, I do the Ram Ram Japa, and yet my wife doesn't understand me. Now tell me, if you are doing, you should understand her. See, this is one basic principle. Try this. This is a new discovery I had, and I learnt it from someone among you only. When you are with your elders, don't argue, don't discuss. Whatever they say, without listening, say yes. And do what you feel is right. Don't argue, there is no point in argument. Because elderly people will never be able to understand the standpoint of a young person. The times have changed, but they won't understand. So what youngsters should do, listen to them, yes, 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 and do what you feel is right. No argument, no bitterness, no fighting. Now those who are younger than us, now for the elderly people, those who are younger than us, with them have an attitude of forgiveness. Mistakes are to be done by the children. If they will not do mistake, then who will do? Somebody has to do. So they have the preference. Yes, somebody has done a mistake, never mind, it's okay. Forget. But the main thing you are not telling Swamiji, how to talk with the wife. This I learned from somebody like you. It is such a powerful mantra. When the wife is talking, husband should not talk. And when the wife is quiet, husband should not talk. There will be peace at home. See? All ammas are happy. The net result is you are at peace. So all the discussion that I have spoken should aim at live in this world in such a manner that your mind is no more agitated, your mind is at peace. It is something like you drive the car in such a way that neither you kill anybody nor you get killed by anybody. This is the first step. And this first step is for what? For preparing ourselves for something higher. And what is the highest? Highest is we are at peace with ourselves and we are at peace with the whole world. A person who is at peace with himself or herself, he alone can be at peace with the whole world. So this is the Guhya Shastra, what we call as Dharma, Sanatan Dharma. Now, this Sanatana Dharma is beyond the influence of time. This has always been in the past, it will continue always in the future. We don't have to think about it. Whatever do's and don'ts are given to us, follow them systematically, you will never be a problem to yourself. First step. Then we come to the Guhya Tara Shastra. Guhya Tara Shastra is little higher than the Guhya Shastra. Like good, better. Now what is the Guhya Tara Shastra? When we are functioning in this world, where is our attention? This we have to keep in mind. Like I am talking to you. Now where is my attention? If my attention is on you, then after listening to me, you will change. What will be the result? I will be most frustrated. Because you are not going to change. Now what right I got on you? I may keep on talking. To change or not to change is in your hands, not in my hands. But this is what normally happens. I have done so much for them, but they don't respect me. Who asked me to do? See, this is so important. Whatever we are doing in our life, nobody needs us. We are doing it because it is our need. When this is not understood, what happens? One example I'll give you. This happened somewhere, and that lady was talking to me after my satsang was over. Then I went for a walk. So she says, Swamiji, I want to talk to you something personal. I said, I have nothing personal. My life is a public life. No, 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 not about your personal life, but my personal life, she said. I said, I don't want to know about anything about you. You are not Ram to know the Ramayana. I don't want to know. No, but I want to tell you. I said, now what can I do? Suffer. Okay, start. And she started. My father died when I was hardly 20. Two sisters and one brother. Nobody to help. So I was working also and studying also, got them educated, got both the sisters and my brother married, everything. Now I am almost 45. So when I go to my sister's place, they tell in clear terms, Didi, please don't come to our house. Our spouse do not like it. When I go to my younger brother who is like a son to me, when I go to him, he says the same thing. Didi, don't come to our house. My wife gets very upset for next 1 month. So whenever you want to meet me, please come to some restaurant, common place, we'll meet there. After she told this story, then Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Triveni Sangam started and started crying, Swamiji, I have done so much for them. Why they are behaving like this with me? So I told, if I am in their place, I will also do the same thing. Be very attentive. This is the basic principle to keep your mind at peace. Whatever we do in this world, nobody needs us. It is our need. See, like I have come to your beautiful place. I am 100% clear about this, that none of you need my presence. Then what did I do? Then I called Arvind Bhai, he called Chivan Bhai, and he contacted him. And then Swamiji has a khujli to his tongue and he wants to talk, so please allow him to talk. So it is my need. So when I come to you, that it is my need. I cannot afford to be arrogant. I have to be submissive. And a person who is submissive is never hurt, is never insulted. Ramcharitmanas says, May sevaka sacharachara rupa Swami Bhagavanta. A servant is never insulted in life. See? Suppose I am your servant and you are my boss. So who is the boss? Boss tries to show before the other people how great he is. Therefore, he will call the servant. Are Ramu, come here. Yes, Babuji. Useless fellow, get water for everybody. So there is no reason to shout at him. But I am a boss, so I have to shout. So when we abuse the servant before everybody, nobody has this feeling that the servant is insulted. Nobody get that feeling. But if the servant gives back, if the servant will say, Babuji, how much water you want to drink? Are you a tanker or what? When he will say like that, immediately people will see he is giving back to his boss, he is insulting the boss. What is the rule? Therefore, rule is a servant is insult proof. Whenever we feel insulted, we have taken a wrong position. We are here in this world, not because anybody needs us. It is our need. The whole life will change. We see the second stage that we have to learn are the Daivik or the Guhya Tara Shastra. So once we take this stand, that it is my need, therefore I do everything. So when I do the yoga, am I doing the yoga for Patanjali Maharshi? Oh, poor fellow, he has written, let me do yoga for him, he will be pleased. No, he doesn't need. Now we have come here before all the gods and do the arti and offer the fruits and the flower and everything. Do you think they need it? It is our need. See, friends, and when this becomes very clear in our life, then your understanding will start growing properly. So therefore, when we come and chant the Lord's name, Bhajan Kirtan, for what? Is it for fulfilling our desires only? Oh Lord, kindly see that my mother-in-law dies quickly. And then the mother-in-law comes and then she tells, oh Lord, kindly see that my daughter-in-law becomes wise. And God is listening both of them and smiling. Therefore, all our gods are smiling. Both opposite parties come. See? Then why we come to this temple and do upasana? Upasana is done only for disciplining the mind. See? Because we are all the victims of our own mind. See? Like I have been talking for last 32 minutes. Have you heard me all the 32 minutes? Huh? Even this is not heard. So mind has already gone somewhere. Because it is not your fault. We have never trained our mind. See, friends, we take care of everything in life. Our house, then our furnitures, then our wall hangings, the color pattern, everything. Clothes, matching clothes, food, organic food, everything. Nothing wrong in that. You have to do it. But what care we have taken to look after our mind? We normally complain about the mind. That whenever I sit for meditation, the mind runs here and there. What should I do? Don't do meditation. No, but my guru told you have to do every day 1 hour meditation. Then do it. No, but the mind runs. Then don't do it. You decide what you want. See? That is one of the reasons I like small kids when they ask the question. Elderly people have no questions. Elderly people have got only complaints. No questions. Complaining, complaining, complaining. See? I'll tell you how a child asks a question which has got a deep inquiry. One child asked me this question. How God punishes us? I said, God never punishes us. Then we punish ourselves. Can the sun give darkness? Cannot. God will never punish. We punish ourselves the most. Atmaiva atmano bandhu, atmaiva ripuratmana. As much we suffer because of us, we don't suffer because of anybody in this world. See, in the old age, who is there to make us miserable? Nobody. But yet, we are frustrated, feeling lonely, want some company. Why? We are fed up of ourselves. Upanishad says in the old age, two things torture a person. One thing is, when I was young, why did I go the wrong way? Now only regrets, guilt. And the second one, when I was young, why I did not go the right way. And these two things, nobody can help us. See, friends. And therefore, when we come to this path of upasana, instead of getting lost only in the regrets of the past, engage the mind. Empty mind is devil's workshop. Keep the mind occupied. See? So, how to keep the mind occupied? There are many techniques. One of the most important technique is read the life stories of great masters. I am not telling you read Bhagavad Ramayana, because this also I learned from a child. So when the child asked me how the God punishes us, I told him this way. I said, hey, have you eaten dahi vada? He said, oh Swamiji, how do you know I like dahi vada very much? I said, don't know, I am not going to give you. Have you eaten it? Yes. Tell me how the dahi vada is given. In one leaf container, they put that pathetic looking, cold, wet vada. It looks so dirty and miserable. On that, they will be putting the dahi, yogurt, and then black pepper, red pepper, green pepper, and all kinds of things. And then they will be putting a stick in that and give you to eat. Exactly the same way, God punishes us. How? Instead of a container made out of the leaf, it is our cranium. In that cranium, like the dahi vada is our brain. If you don't trust, open and see. Our brain looks exactly like a dahi vada. Pathetic, miserable. Then on that, the black pepper, red pepper, green pepper is the faculty of logic. He sprinkles the logic. And in that logic, he pushes one stick. And that one stick is I. And the net result is we become intellectual and argumentative in life. An intellectual, argumentative person is always isolated and miserable in life. See, friends. And then they feel, see, nobody understands me. Why should other understand you? You should understand everybody. And therefore, upasana is done to start working on your mind. So, how do we work on our mind? First thing, we have to discipline the mind. A disciplined mind is an asset. Indisciplined mind is a liability. So, how to discipline the mind? The first step, mind has to be trained to focus its attention on something that you are doing properly. And therefore, we are told when you get up in the morning, finish your bath, have all the gods in a plate, and then remove all their things, then give them bath with the water, and thereafter with the milk, and chant the mantras, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Do it systematically, slowly. You know, one of the best things the mind has, mind can make a habit very quickly. You drink a cup of tea early in the morning for 1 week, it will automatically start happening. You start smoking for 1 week, you will smoke throughout life. Habit formation is the asset of the mind. But instead of putting the right habit, we engage it in the wrong habits. What is the wrong habits? Wake up very late in the morning and keep on the bed like a pig for long hours. Friends, start your day early in the morning and see the joy of life. Now, when you want to get up early in the morning, what you have to do? You have to go to sleep early. And when you go to sleep early, you will stop watching all rubbish serials which come on the Indian TV. And all that which is nowhere, you start imagining, oh, my husband has gone there. And there maybe. And what is not there, your mind will start fabricating. And such a disturbed, frustrated mind, do you think it can think about God? What food we take, we are careful. I am a vegetarian. Very good. But what kind of literature, what kind of thoughts we give to the mind? The food for the mind is the thoughts, the type of literature, the type of activities. And therefore, upasana is aimed at first, let your activities be directed towards the Lord systematically in a disciplined manner. Then the second stage is told that you chant the Lord's name. Now, what is chanting the Lord's name? When we are chanting the Lord's name, the same theme or the word is repeated again and again. By that, the mind becomes oriented to think in one direction. So start slowly. Upasana. See, about this upasana, I tell you where I learned this thing. I went to that Mahakumbha Mela, you might have heard, in 2012 or 13, it was Mahakumbha Mela. And I was staying with Gita Press compound, and there was one elderly man, about 80, 85, and he was the principal of a university or a college, Sanskrit college, and very orthodox, all the time chanting the Lord's name. And we used to sit together, he used to talk on Bhagavad, very well, deeply could go into the subject. Sanskrit, he was a master. Then he asked me, you do japa? I said, yes, I do sometime. How many malas? I said, no, I have not done so many malas. I do japa according to the time. What do you mean time? Be attentive. Our interest is how many malas we have completed. I said, no, I don't do how many malas. I see how much time I can think of God. Now be attentive. When we take this chanting of the Lord's name based on the number of malas, so what we will do, we will be taking the mala. Frustrated. खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा. One day, see how many things can happen in this world. One day, one man asked me this question, Swamiji, when I chant so many malas, my mind gets running here and there. I don't know what I should do. There was another person. He said, Swamiji, he is always complaining. I also do 25 malas, but I have not disturbed. I said, okay, your jap may be then only Om, 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 Om. No, I do Mahamantra. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. One. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Two. Like this, one mala 108. And like that 25 malas. How much time it will take? I said, whole day you are sitting? He said, no. I finish it in 5 minutes. I said, are you doing it digitally and Google is doing for you or what? It can't be done so fast, whatever speed you may have. I said, show me how you do. Could you believe what he showed me? He took the mala in his hand. and started. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Like that he said, I played 25 times and jump over. Friends, that is not the way. Then what is to be done? So I told that principal of that college, very old man, in that Kumbh Mela, I said, look here, I chant Lord's name like eating a chocolate. What is the difference between eating chocolate and Ayurvedic medicine? When we take Ayurvedic medicine, any medicine you take, Kutajarishta, the very name is so terrible. And after you take it, immediately you want to take one rasgulla or something sweet or shrikanda and then take a glass of water. Over. This is the technique of Ayurveda. They give you so bitter medicine to stop the next dose. You see, you are okay. And then you have to take again that thing. That disease runs away because of the bitterness. So I said, that is not the way. We should take the Lord's name like what? Like we eat chocolate. How we eat chocolate? We don't put the chocolate in the mouth and gulp it. No. We eat the chocolate, put it in the mouth, and it is kept parked in a parking lot. And slowly we keep on enjoying it for next 20 minutes, half an hour. Like that, you chant the Lord's name and see, your mind will be trained to remain quiet and quiet. How to do that? So that old man asked me, what you are telling me, I don't know, you explain me, you show me how you do it. So he's such an elderly man, I can't say no to him. I said, okay, now you watch. But this I do here all alone, not in public, but to you I am showing. Then I told him, I don't take the mala in the hand, I take only my fingers and I chant Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Then I told him, so I chant only 3 times. And see that during these 3 times of chanting Lord's name, no other thought intercepts in between. Our condition is Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Sri Ram Jai Ram. जयराम भाई को पैसा दिया था अभी तक श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. Friends, be available only to that. Give it a try. And then give a gap in between. Whatever silence you can attain. And when you feel again some thought is likely to come, again start firing. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Only 3 times. Thus become expert that during the chanting of the Lord's name 3 times, you do not allow any dissimilar thought to enter in between. When we become expert in this, then increase the number. Make it 5. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. By this practice, two things happen. One, the mind's old habit of jumping from one theme to another theme, one place to another place, one memory to another memory, that is curtailed, it is controlled. And when we just start increasing the silence between the two chantings, be attentive, in that silence, mind dissolves in consciousness. Now, this experience of yours, at this moment, you are neither man nor woman, neither rich nor poor. You are just, you are, that's it. So, by this upasana, guhyatara shastra, what is to be attained is that this mind is now no more a problem for us. So, now understand these two principles which I spoke. First, Guhya Shastra, when we conduct ourselves in this world, we are not a problem for the world, and the world is not a problem for us. When we do the upasana, devotion, then the mind is no more a problem for us. The mind will be available anytime we want. You will see our problem is, mera mood nahi hai, I am not in a mood. Those who are influenced by the mood, they are mood. See, you can't afford that. It should be available. You can imagine our condition. You are sitting in a car, it runs okay, but when you apply the brake, it stops after 20 minutes. What will happen? Exactly the same way. Our mind is, once it is lost in thinking something, goes on and on and on. And such people become sentimental, mad, or depression. See, friends, because they have never worked on their mind. We have to learn this art of working on the mind. The day you will mind your mind, you have done a great favor to yourself. This is what we have to learn. Nobody can do it for us. There is one shloka which comes and tells us, न हस्ते यष्टिम आदाय देवा रक्षन्ति साधकम यम तु रक्षितुम इच्छन्ति सुबुद्ध्या योजयन्ति तम. When the God wants to help us, He gives us the right way of thinking. Our intellect is given only for that purpose. We have to understand, we have to think properly. One day you will come to discover this. 99% problems are born because of incomplete or wrong thinking. Think properly, problems dissolve. Problems are only because of this wrong thinking or incomplete thinking. What is incomplete thinking? We feel my wife is not good, my husband is not good, my in-laws are not good, my children is not good. This is the universal thing. Then you have to adjust yourself in life. Adjustment is the only definition of a healthy, happy life. If you take the lives of many great masters, do you think that they have not gone through troubles and problems. What we see the Mahatma is the finished product. But where they have gone through, what do we know about them? See, one somewhere in the mountains, very, very big blocks of stones everywhere. So one day one sculptor came and he was searching for something, and he like one very huge rock, and he started putting some lines and took the chisel and hammer and started cutting. Every day the sculptor comes, these rocks started crying, "Oh God, what sin I have done? He comes and cuts me only. The other rocks are so unlucky. Nobody disturbs them. I am the most miserable." Every day the sculptor will come and start hitting. Every day this rock will start crying. Finally, a beautiful, huge idol of Bhagwan has come out of it. Then it was lifted and installed in a temple, and millions of people are coming and saluting. Then that stone, which became a god, started thanking, "Oh sculptor, thank you so much. Other rocks are lying there only." Every difficulty in our life is for our evolution. Every pain that is given to us, it is not for us to be tortured. Just observe this. When I get a toothache, the toothache is not given me to trouble me, but to tell, "Come on man, something is wrong there, take care." Exactly the same way. When we get hurt, when we get disturbed, immediately recognize, hey, something is wrong. So like the body, there is pain because some organ is not right. If the mind is disturbed, then somebody is wrong. And what is the wrong thing? Wrong thinking. If the hunger is in the stomach and the food is in the plate, hunger will not go. That food must disappear from the plate and enter the pate. Exactly the same way. Disturbances, wrong thinking is in the mind. It is in the mind alone, right thinking, and peace must come. It is for this purpose that we go to the satsanga. And when we thus come to satsanga, so the last thing what Bhagavan Krishna said, "Etad buddhva buddhiman syat krutakratyascha bharata," the Guhyatama Shastra. What is that? Etad buddhva. We have to only know this truth. That who was in this world who did not have problems? Till such time we are alive, we will have some problems. Only the dead body has no problem. See? One lady asked me this question in Delhi. "Swami, please tell me why I am getting so much of knee pain, I can't walk, I can't do." I said, "Mama, first stop crying and listen and answer to my questions." Then I asked her. I said, "Mama, why God has given us eyes?" She again started arguing. "Do you think I am a baby?" I said, "Yes, you are worse than that. You answer my question." Then she said, "Okay, God has given us eyes to see. Very good. Ears to hear. In the same manner, knees are given to pain in the old age. If you don't want pain, die." See, pain is a sign of life. It is not a sign of death. See, be attentive. But what happens? When there is a pain, we don't give proper attention. What do? We take painkillers. And you know what is a painkiller? Which kills you without pain. Painkillers are not curative medicines. In the same manner, the moment you get disturbed, immediately pinpoint, you will see at the root of every disturbance, there is a strong I. So the real thing that we have to learn, Guhyatama Shastra, is this. And this was exactly the issue with Arjun. What was Arjuna's issue? On the battlefield, whether he is a disciple to Dronacharya, or he is a grandson to Bhishmacharya, or he is a brother to the brothers, or he is a warrior. Now, this problem was not on the battlefield, this problem was not anywhere else, it was in his mind. And what Bhagavan did and told him, whatever Bhagavan told Arjun, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, upasana, jnana, nothing he practiced. He was on the battlefield. He can't do anything. Then what happened? Only the root of the pain was corrected. Root of the pain was confusion. Who am I? And when he came to know that now he is a warrior, no more a disciple or a grandson, exactly this thing, last thought, be attentive. We are human beings. After having come to this stage in our life, next stage is only one, and that is spiritual evolution. Eating, sleeping, sense of insecurity, and procreation. This is common between us and animals. If that is only thing we are doing, Bhagavan will say, it is not your fault, my dear, it is my fault. I made you human beings. Go back to the animals. Therefore, what is Guhyatama Shastra? Don't forget what for we have come here. We are here only for spiritual evolution. All other things are okay in their own place. And how do we know we are growing spiritually or not? It's very simple. We are at peace with ourselves and we are at peace with the whole world. Like the water. Keep it in a flat plate, keep it in a test tube, keep it in a capillary tube. Everywhere the water is at home. Ice cubes are always awkward anywhere you put them. Krutyaschya Bharata. Bhagavan says, he who comes to know this truth, he attains fulfillment in life. Fulfillment in life is equal to no more burden of desires to be fulfilled. See? Therefore, you will see the real disease, the frustration that we have is these expectations. Expectations are because we think this is my right. We forget our duties. So, Guhya Shastra, lead a duty-oriented life. Guhyatara Shastra, work on your mind so that the mind is available to us whenever we want. And Guhyatama Shastra, come to discover you are divine. You are not a beggar in this world. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.